just on that COVID thing, I think what the huge advantage about COVID was, if before COVID we had suggested to any of our clients that we would do it remotely from Dunedin, they would have all gone, no, too hard, this all works, don't do it. Now everything's locked down. We go back and say, hey, we've got an idea about remote operation, go for it. And the interesting thing for us was everybody sort of thought, man, that's going to be a huge technical challenge. In the end, we discovered that the technology was always there. What it needed was a mind shift of those providing, but those also receiving the services. And COVID gave the mind shift. And suddenly we found all the technology was here. It had just never been put together to do this job. But when we came to put together, and you know, it's funny that we should mention it, at the core of all of that remote operation was time code. We're going 12,000 kilometres live from Dunedin to any one of those golf courses around the world, and time code is absolutely at the core of it.
So just a couple more questions before we wrap up. I'm going to ask you the obvious one. Do you
never stop talking, eh?
That's okay, no, that's fine. But do you ever kind of wander into a hotel or go to a hotel, switch on the TV and see the work?
Always.
The work there?
Always.
And what do you feel? What do you feel when you see that?
I tell you, I was at a big major conference, big one in Vegas, and this company came over to us and said, look, we've heard about you. Can we catch up? We just want to hear what you do. We'll catch up down in the bar. So I went down to the bar, and I'm sitting there, and they come and they say, so, what do you actually do? And I was about to try and explain, and I looked up, you know, there's big sports bars, screens everywhere. I go, that.
Right.
And it was on. So I walked through airports in America, and I look up, and, oh, that's us.
It must be a lovely feeling.
It is great.
My final question I just have to ask is, obviously looking to the next generation, the students who are involved in all this right now that are making this happen and are learning. If you had to give some advice to someone who is like maybe 18, 19, 20, how did they, I mean, you've had a lot of opportunities that have driven a lot of success, but if you're starting, you've got that passion, what would be your advice to somebody starting off?
It's interesting. For me, curiosity.
Okay.
When I look at the team I've worked with, they have always been curious. So instead of seeing something and going, oh, what are we going to do with this? Or you know, what is this? What might it do? Could it threaten us? You look at it and go, that looks really cool. How can we use that? So it's that curiosity that has driven everything. And just, if I could, I'll leave with a Māori saying, the footsteps we laid down in the past create the paving stones of where we stand today. And in the Māori worldview, those footsteps are always in front of us. And they don't have to be your own footsteps, they can be other people's. And in our case, I look out there and it's 1990. It's the year we started our company, and a guy called Tim Berners-Lee invented a thing called the World Wide Web. He created the electronic highway that allowed us to do everything you saw on that show tape. So you walk backwards into the future, and the future's much easier to understand.
So Ian Taylor, congratulations again, and thank you very much.